I guess you can say the Force has awoken. So, my goal for today is to have a spoiler free review slash first impressions of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Now, a lot of people were really excited for this movie, which is pretty obvious. I mean, why would you be excited for a new Star Wars movie? Flashback to the prequels. But a lot of people were still kind of uneasy about it because of the prequels, and we all know how great those things turned out. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes, The Force Awakens. The it had a perfect way of bringing in new characters that you could fall in love with by using old characters to blend them into the universe. I thought that that was a very genius idea, and it shows that you don't even necessarily need these older characters going into the future films. Now, does that mean that that these characters will be gone? No, they're still going to be a part of the movie, but they aren't going to. I don't think they're going to be nearly as integral as they were in this movie. Uh, Off of that, the plot very similar. I'm not going to say what it's similar to. It mirrors a certain plot to a certain movie, which is understandable. I mean, it. I didn't expect any different, to be honest with you. Uh, I really enjoyed it. I'm not dissatisfied with it at all. I actually really like the execution of it. Much better than I'm not even going to save them anymore because I keep on bringing those films up. But those films are dead to me now because the new trilogy is coming out. The original trilogy will stand tall with this new trilogy. The characters, I was just talking about them. Finn, much better character than I was expecting. Uh, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Leia, they're all great characters. You know what to expect from them. Poe, I didn't think that I would like Poe at all. I thought that he wasn't going to be in the movie that much, but he's actually very enjoyable. He's an enjoyable character. Now I'm going to no, I have to bring up Rey. Rey was probably my favorite character of the entire film. She stole the show for me. She's what Star Wars needs to become. I just liked her. I liked her better than. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. Uh, this is spoiler free, so I don't want to elude. I'm trying to not to even allude to anything right now. Now the villains. Commander Snoke. Expected him. Now was my fault. I expected him to look a little different. He's still very menacing. I have no idea who he is. I don't think anybody really does. And he seems like an interesting villain. Captain Phasma, I feel like she was incredibly underused. Perhaps she could fill a Boba Fett role in the future. I don't see her becoming that unless she does some really awesome stuff in the next film. And the other person that stole the show for me, Kylo Ren. Amazing character. It's already known that his motives were to fulfill Darth Vader's legacy, fulfill his mission, finish what he started. Even though, if you've seen Return of the Jedi, that Darth Vader really, it wasn't that bad. He still thinks that he is. Kylo Ren thinks that good is a corruption, which is just seeing how damaged he is. It's such a great character. So he's so parallel to Darth Vader, yet so he's a polar opposite of Vader in his actions and emotions, which I think suits the film perfectly. They didn't overuse him. They didn't overuse lightsabers, which was great. I hated that in the prequels, how every 5 minutes there was a lightsaber fight, and they were doing flips and stupid crap like that. The lightsabers felt like they had weight to them. Whenever you saw a lightsaber be pulled out in the middle of battle, you almost peed yourself, or at least I did. The soundtrack, of course, was good. They blended the old soundtrack in with the new, which was a genius idea. I will, coming sometime probably after Christmas, I will talk about the spoiler discussion. And what I'm really looking forward to is talking about the future of the Star Wars franchise, my predictions to where I think it's going to go next. And that's all I have to say. I'm not going to rate it because I don't like to do the little 5-star thing, anything like that. I do recommend to see the movie. I think that it is the movie of the year, and it's going to be one of the movies of the decade, obviously. The only things that can match it is probably the other Star Wars movies. One last thing. If you didn't like the prequels, because for obvious reasons, but you think that the original trilogy is still somewhat dated, then this is the movie for you. The action that they blended to it is very, say, Marvel movie-esque. The comedy is very Marvel movie-esque. It actually made me laugh, some of the things that they had in there. The Stormtrooper moments are perfect. You'll know what I'm talking about whenever you see it. But yeah, I would recommend to go see it. And that's it. May the Force be with you.